Alright folks, since we lost round 2, got kicked out of the draft, so we're gonna play one last game with another deck. This is an anti-spoil video. It is normal that we're not playing the same deck, no worries. But since again this is single elimination and we lost with the Merfolk deck, I will be playing the first round of this draft with this deck, which is just red-green mid-range. Not sure the deck is very good, but it's fine. The draft was pretty difficult. We found out that we were red-green late pack 2, and early in the draft it felt like we would be black, but then black got completely cut. So yeah, pretty difficult draft. Deck is decent, kind of funny. 2 very strong 5-drops here. We have 3 Jade Guardians alongside 2 Swashbuckling, which is kind of, it's weaker than 1 with the wind, but kind of another option. Couple good reroll, decent curve. Deck is very streamlined. We'll see how it goes. And yeah, that's gonna be that as far as the anti-spoil video goes. So yeah, definitely want to play first, and that hand is great. All right. We have 2 of the best cards in the deck, a 2-drop, 4 lands. This is pretty ideal. Ooh, the turn 1 Shorekeeper. Alright, buddy. Well, since Keeper cannot attack, I think we'll play Handmaster. Next turn we can go Map. And draw if we, and scry if we don't get anything better. And after that we can go turn 4 Alpha. Attack 4/7. Looks like Evan is on some blue-green control-y deck, apparently, because I would not be thrilled about playing Shorekeeper in a Merfolk or any aggro deck. No reason to attack. I mean, this thing is here to block. I don't think we can bluff anything, and that they would not block. Don't think it's really an option, or it's really gonna happen. Ooh. Shorekeeper getting bigger. Now it can block my Dinosaur token, which is actually it's somewhat relevant, I guess. Don't want to draw land here. It's nice that we have the map that gives us a decent amount of reach. I mean, reach not like in, burn spell reach, but reach in like card advantage and ability to still be doing relevant things in the late game. Alright, let's give that thing haste, and I don't think there's any good reason to attack with the dinosaur. They will block. We'll put a stop on the upkeep because probably want to scry upkeep and avoid to draw land. We really don't need any more land. By scrying upkeep it means we can't cast our 1/6-drop dinosaur, which we could draw. The 6/6 trample, but I think like it's 1 card out of 30, so it's like around 3% chance to draw it. I think we'd rather just get the scry. The other's leaving mana up. Alright. Crash is good, definitely. Might have been better for me to leave up double green instead of double red, since we already have red in hand. Probably should have tapped a mountain to scry. I think we can attack with everything. If they just block here and do nothing special, I'm just gonna let the damage happen. Don't really want to run my trick into their trick, potentially. Like I bounce and then they run aground. Snapping a sailback, that's fine. Would obviously be a little bit more cautious with my attack if the opponent had if we did not have drawn the crash, but since we did, feels fairly safe to just go all in. All right, so yeah, pretty nicely we trade 3 mana for 5 mana while dealing 6, which is very nice for us. We'll continue to scry upkeep, but with a red this time. Another Shorekeeper, alright. And a Blossom Dryad. Sure. Probably want to keep these around to draw. So yeah, I think I'll just stack with Alpha and Dino and see what happens. Might want to kill the Blossom Dryad if they don't block with it, because otherwise they have 7 mana next turn, which could be a little bit annoying. The only trick they could have right now, as far as I know, is Dive Down, which doesn't boost the power, so there's not... I mean, it's not very risky for us. We could attack with Huntmaster, but I don't really see that being great. Sure. I think I'll let that happen. Again, ideally I don't really want to sack treasures. I want to blow up this Dryad, looks pretty important for them to have around. And I think I'm going to sack 1 treasure for the Keeper, but I can use the Crash later. I don't really care about this, short Keeper here. Okay. No more reason to have a stop on the upkeep. Let's draw a card, see what we get. Okay, nothing relevant, and I guess we can attack with everything. If I don't sack, I get to use the Keeper's ability, but I think I'll get to use that at some point anyway, and again, don't really want to sack the treasures when they are worth 1 card. Playing the 2/2 on the priest turn felt good enough, but I don't think you wanna sack a treasure just to use this ability when they have a bunch of mana open anyway. And when you have necessarily no need to do that, since we have Crash anyway. So I feel like they have if I had to guess, I would think about okay, run aground. I'm not gonna use anything. If they don't do anything, we can just let the damage happen. Could have killed them with Crash, but it is extremely unlikely they have nothing. Interesting. So they did have the run aground, and they were fishing for me to use a trick, I guess. This seems like a very odd line from the opponent, because if they take it, they are dead to any burn spell, going down to 3, Lightning Strike, Unfriendly Fire, and whatnot. So I think if they were gonna bounce that, they should probably have bounced it already, especially since bouncing that thing is really not ideal. Unless they have a count spell, I guess. But they need cancel, I have 4 mana. Maybe I should have played my mountain, by the way, so I don't have to sack my treasure if they do have the Lookout Dispersal. So the other's on some blue-green defensive rampy deck, I guess. Interesting stuff. We don't have match in the side, because again, pretty big portion of the draft felt like we could have been black. I'm gonna take a screenshot of the deck, by the way. I haven't done that, and I always do it in case I need to look for something during the games. Crash has been pretty good. I'm not sure we want to run 3 though. It is not even that efficient against the short keepers. It's fine, but like, yeah, you spend 3 mana against 1 mana that probably already blocked this amount of damage, and you only deal a couple damage. Not great. I think we just keep the same deck. I'm not sure what the opponent's doing, but any blue-green deck that's not aggro and merfolk is really not I don't know. I was gonna say it's really not something you should do, but I've played blue-green ramp. It's not really good though. It's definitely not, whatever they are doing, it's definitely not tier 1. Doesn't mean their deck is bad or they did not draft correctly. There are a couple cards that might make you want to play a blue-green defensive deck, like Tishana, the 7-drop, maybe some Spine Back and whatnot, but it's not really what I would want to go for ideally. Alright, turn 1 Shore Keeper. Probably just trying to hit a forest of that. We really have, you know, decent big things coming. We are putting Crash, Keeper, Swashbuckling on the bottom and a land. A lot of cards we don't necessarily want to draw right now, so it's probably fine. We have the nice map on turn 2, which is always really sweet. And the opponent's playing an aggressive 2-drop now, which is somewhat odd. Feels odd to me at least. Probably, unless they play something really threatening here and we feel like we're getting behind, probably just not gonna bother killing it yet and just gonna map, even though it uses the mana a little bit less efficiently. By the way, I should have mapped upkeep since we knew this was gonna be our line. Trying to find a 2-drop or just avoiding drawing the land we just drew. So this 4S I just played could have been on the bottom, which is, I mean, it is what it is. Sure. No reason to scry upkeep now since we know what we are drawing. Gonna blow up that thing. We have another blast. Don't really want to fall behind on board. And we are not gonna scry upkeep next turn because we want to drop monsters, or most likely. Especially if they don't play a 3rd land and they cannot have counter smell mana up. Otherwise, I could imagine not playing right into the potential count spell, but probably just gonna slam it now. And monsters are kind of the last thing you want to see when you're stuck on 2 lands, so a little bit unfortunate for the opponent, but it's looking pretty bleak for them right now. I think we'll not scry because I want to play the Dread now, most likely. So they hit 2 lands. Oh, what the hell? They are playing 41. I just did not see that earlier. They are playing a 53 cards deck. Okay, this explains a couple things, I guess. Yeah, looks like the opponent might be newer to the game, which is completely fine. Note that I could have used my map when I cast the alpha and then sack a treasure, but I really don't. When you're playing that, unless you don't have the time, you really want to be able to draw with the treasures and not sack them. Ruse, it doesn't do anything because we have trample. What they just went for. Yeah, the opponent's probably just very new to the game, I would guess, if they're playing 50 plus cards. And yeah, a couple strange plays, so yeah. But we've all been there, and that's completely fine. Alright, well, that was the anti-spoil video, final round. I wish we had gotten to the final with the Merfolk deck, but at least I think the games were interesting, at least game 2 and, I mean, match 2. And nice interaction and a lot of thinking involved, so I think it was pretty cool. But that was it. Hope you guys enjoyed the draft as a whole. Thank you for watching and see you for another one.